Okay, hello everyone, and welcome to a CineQuest Reviews. We're going to be talking about the new movie by Jordan Peele, Nope. We haven't reviewed any of Jordan Peele's movies. Technically, we did a review of Candyman, which is a movie he produced, I believe.
Right.
But he was not the director nor the writer, obviously.
No.
That one was a good movie.
Have you seen all of his movies, Ray?
I have. I've seen all three. Right now, I can give you an initial tier list of the movies.
That was what I was going to say.
Get Out is number one. Nope is number two. Us has a far third. But but that's just me. So
yeah.
So speaking of that, by the way, what are your thoughts on the tier list? What do you think?
I mean,
movies?
not having seen any of his other movies, but knowing the premise and all that, yeah, I'd agree with you. Well, I mean, I'd probably put this one at the top because I haven't seen any of the other ones.
Yeah.
And also, like, well, the reason I hadn't seen any was because I just had no interest. Like, after learning the premise, I was like, yeah, no, don't care. So this was great.
I try to go into any movie not knowing too much about it, and I did the same thing with this one, other than being bombarded with whatever the trailers gave me.
Yeah.
Which was a lot of information, which I thought was already completely revealed.
Yeah.
And I mean, going into it, now you have a good idea of what the film is about, or
right.
what the antagonist is, but you don't necessarily know what it is.
Correct.
You have an idea, though.
Mm-hmm.
So, Roland, initial thoughts on Nope?
It was pretty great. I thought it was very enjoyable. I really liked the open scenes of all the empty fields, the hill country.
Shot very well. I liked the way it was shot, especially the daytime. You get those bright shots. Even at night, it had a nice blue tinge kind of.
Yeah.
Hopefully, what we were trying to recreate back here.
I usually get kind of annoyed with night movie shots because they're just, you can't see shit. They are like literally just too fucking dark. And for this one, like no. There was a lot of, I guess, moments where it seemed like there was somewhere like twilight, almost like dusk. Like it was, everything was dark, but you could still you could see everything fairly well. So that was cool, and I also thought it lent it like an interesting sort of atmosphere, creepiness, because it's not usually a thing I'm used to seeing, like an entire goddamn landscape at night. It's like you can, again, it's not like watching
these are open to kind of a lot of vulnerability.
What I like about this is that, and I don't actually know how to categorize this movie. I mean, everything Jordan Peele does is it's like horror.
It's kind of it has a horror kind of thriller like foundation to it. It seems.
Yeah.
But there's also either a social commentary, there is a drama, there is comedy. There's always comedy element to his movies because I mean he's a fucking sketch artist, he's a comedian, all that kind of stuff.
Comedian is a background, and he's married to another comedian actress. Yeah, I mean, I thought it was pretty great. But again, talking about the horror, something that it just sort of occurred to me, and it's something that I always try to, see, is that unlike most horror movies, this is shot like a lot of time is spent during the day.
Yeah.
Like there's very little of this movie that you cannot actually see. It's not like some hand coming out of the shadows or some silly shit like that.
And you get a clear view of the object that's in the sky.
Yeah, you get it slowly reveals more and more about what's going on and like what we're actually experiencing and seeing. No, it was great. Again, like I really liked that this was shot like they just spent a lot of time during the day, having these things happen. I don't complain about the campiness and the cheese of standard horror stuff, but like it does get a little boring sometimes to just always, see everything at night.
Right.
It's cliche.
This was a different take on or a different perspective on how a horror would be presented normally.
Right. Yeah. I think this one gave it more like the horror of like isolationism. Being just like completely in the middle of fucking nowhere and no one else is there with you.
Yeah, and not even the daylight of the sun is going to save you.
No.
In fact, just makes you more visible and again more vulnerable. So like whatever is in the sky or in can be in far off field of view can see you, and you're kind of fucked. So.
Yeah, kind of. But it's great. What about you? What do you think?
My initial thoughts: I really enjoyed this movie a lot. I again, like you mentioned, enjoyed the way it was shot. The big landscapes.
Mm-hmm.
Even in the evening shots, though, like it has like that real, like you said, twilight like type of view. Like and when you
Mm-hmm.
see the thing in the sky, you can still see it amongst like the light of the moon and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like it gave like a natural light of the moon type of feel at night. You know, it wasn't like, when you see normal horror movies or something like that. It's always real bright, even in the darkness. Like you can still see all this stuff. You couldn't see it, but you could still see it. Like you were actually there in the actual.
Yeah,
area
I
there.
mean, like as far
Because
as
usually in those types of situations, the moonlight is pretty bright.
right, yes.
So, but I mean, it gave you like a natural look to it, which I did enjoy a lot. Um, I
What did you
like
think of the actors? What did you think of the
I
characters?
I like the characters a lot. I
Yeah,
think Kiki.
even the sister.
I like Kiki Palmer a lot. I thought she was very energetic. I thought she brought a lot to the energy to
Yes.
the film, and as opposed to. I forget his name, but the brother's like very subdued type of like stoic.
Yeah,
character,
he was.
you know?
He was very. Very. You're talking about OJ.
Yeah, Daniel
Kaluuya?
Kaluuya. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was in Get Out. So
Oh,
like,
that's
yeah.
that's. So I was trying to look at that. I wasn't
Yeah.
sure. I was like, is this guy from one of his other movies?
Yeah, he's from Get Out.
I thought I
Um,
was. I thought. Yeah, you're right.
Also a very different
Yeah.
character that he plays in that one as well.
Right.
Here again, he's a little bit more subdued. Like
I kind of didn't. I kind of didn't recognize
character.
him. Not again that I've seen that movie. I haven't, but I know enough about
You
it.
see enough clips on
Right.
the
Yeah.
internet for it.
Exactly.
I did
just-
also enjoy the other guy, Brandon Pear, which plays Angel.
Yeah.
He was
that
a nice little comedic
That's
relief
fucking
in that too.
comedy relief out there.
Yeah.
This fucking ass.
And I enjoyed the very brief moment with Michael Wincock, who guy that played Antlers, who's the cinematographer that they kind of get.
Yeah.
With
yep.
his very deep, very dramatic
Gravelly
fucking voice, you know,
yeah, that he's always had.
that he's had.
He's had since fucking Robin Hood.
yeah, fucking
the
Three Musketeers.
Yeah, we were looking at that earlier.
I mean, they had Stephen Yeun also played like a real small character, but he plays this a character who's like pretty much traumatized from his
yeah,
childhood.
it was
so.
interesting. I don't want to don't want to.
We'll get into like spoilers a little later.
a little later.
And then of course you have Keith David, almost like a horror icon, you know, like
Yeah, I
fucking,
mean, like an everything icon. He's been in so
he
much
was in like
fucking
They
stuff.
Live. I think he was in The Thing also. Was he? I think, but I mean, he's also great too.
You talking about Goliath from Gargoyles?
Sure, man. I don't fucking know. But anyways,
How dare you.
the overall, my overall thoughts of the movie, I enjoyed it a lot. I will watch it again probably. I will probably purchase this one on physical copy
I
whenever
was
it
gonna
comes.
say steelbook or whatever.
I'm looking for those steel books, yeah. So, but yeah, overall enjoyable. Liked it a lot. As far as I'll give my rating on it right now. I think I'll give it a solid 8 out of 10 for me. What about
Okay.
you? What about rating for you?
I will. So, this is a very cool movie.
The originality in there I think was pretty good, especially the object that we do see. If you're whatever you think you're expecting as far as like what you've seen in the trailer, like it's not.
No,
So,
it's yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like I was talking with you about this before, trying to expect some kind of Shyamalan twist.
yeah.
I'm like really
wasn't,
hoping
yeah.
there wasn't. It was great. I was very grateful for that because I cannot stand that shit. It's
Well, he's kind of like it's.
frustrating.
It hasn't worked very well for Shyamalan in the past couple movies. So, I mean,
no.
I think the
I
last
think
one was
it's-
Signs, his first one,
Yeah.
and after that, I mean, the thrill is gone. You know, like you already know all the secrets for that one.
Yeah, well, I did think it was interesting mentioning that again that Peele pointed to that one actually as one of his references for the movie, or inspiration. I guess I don't know if they can't go too much.
Did I say Signs or The Sixth Sense?
I think you meant to say Sixth Sense.
I meant to say Sixth Sense.
That's what I was
think
thinking.
I saw Signs.
Yeah.
Signs is also a Shyamalan movie.
It is.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So don't get me wrong. I like that movie a lot too. But
Yeah,
I know
I was-
doesn't really like the ending.
No.
The ending's kind of trash.
But I don't like a lot of things, so it's not really.
It's not
that's-
surprising.
Yeah, it's not really a. That doesn't really mean anything. All right, but yeah, I'm picky fuck. So I will give this a 7.5.
7.5.
I honestly I find very little fault with this movie. That I could find anything was that and it's not even a fault of the way it was written or directed. Keke Palmer's character Emerald Haywood annoys the living fuck out of me, but she's meant to. Like, this is so obvious that personality is meant to be, just bullheaded, energetic as fuck, and like, she's just very down to earth, I guess. Very well, not quite. I was thinking in the sense of how she speaks, but no. She talks like she's from the streets, and
she grew up on a ranch.
Yeah, except that she grew up on a fucking ranch. I don't like the way her character, like the sister, acts in the movie. I think she's kind of like just a prone ass a lot of times, and is really just sort of like disinterested with this entire lifestyle that the brother and the father have been.
Right, but I think
about,
we'll get into that when we talk spoilers.
Aside from that, though, like, and again, I don't hate the character. Like, it's very obvious that she's a personality, and that is the, That's
this is the way she's meant to be.
This is the way she's meant to be presented. Yeah, in the movie. Yeah, no. So I'll give it a 7.5. It's great.
Okay,
it's good stuff.
So if you haven't seen the movie yet, right now is the point in time we're going to go into spoilers. So
fuck off.
So you might want to leave now, but don't. Before you do that, be sure to like and subscribe.
Us.
Yeah. Subscribe to us on Cinequest video, please. Now we're gonna get into spoilers. Let's talk a little bit about the characters. We said we're talking about Keke Palmer and her, her Emerald. I know you had mentioned like she was annoying, kind of like an annoying character, but I can see why she is the way she is, because I think she's felt that she's been kind of pushed out of the business.
Right. Yeah. She does mention that they had a very pivotal moment for her in her childhood where she's supposed to be helping out, raise the horses. And her father apparently treats her like, I guess like a princess or whatever kind of thing.
Well, I mean, I think they probably kind of disregarded her. Maybe she wasn't mature enough because they had gotten a movie, the Scorpion King, to train these horses for, which apparently they didn't use in the movie at all because they used camels. But that was kind of a point in time where it, I guess, discouraged her, and her brother was more the one that was like more uplifted to like carry on in the business, and not her. She's just kind of like a person who talks and like does like
she's the
lower level shit.
Yeah, she handles the negotiations, the PR, that sort of thing. Yeah, she probably does all the social media. I think
she's just like the face to go and talk, because like she has that energetic personality. But I mean, that's where I see like her kind of coming from and why she is the way she is. Because I mean, she never wants to do any of the work.
No, that's like a joke
ranch
for the whole time throughout the whole movie.
Doesn't give a shit,
She does not give a shit to pick up anything other than like a glass of whiskey or something and her vape.
Yeah, the vape was a lot. As far as her brother OJ, I think to me he just seemed like he was like trapped in this kind of a scenario where he felt his father's legacy, because of course the father does die in the very beginning of the film. That he feels he's obligated to carry on the legacy of the Haywood horse trainers.
Right. And
he's kind of dealt with that burden, and his sister is just kind of flipping about the whole thing.
She just kind of fucked off or whatever. The whole. I don't even think she lives in the house.
No, she doesn't.
Right?
No,
I think there's a scene where she's like
she's in a trailer.
Like in a trailer, an RV or something.
I mean, I'd live in the trailer. That's
I
nice.
mean, I fucking wish I had an RV.
I wish I had a trailer.
Yeah. Maybe not to shit in, because that would suck to have to change out. But no, like so.
What did you think about Stephen Young's character and his role in all of this?
So I thought he was interesting. I was kind of hoping they would have, I guess, maybe used him a little more, but in the sense that I wanted to see more about like the beginning of the movie, where they talk about or show, what happens when on his show, the trained animal loses control and like fucking murders everyone. And he's the only survivor.
Well, technically he's not. He's the one that's unharmed. Right. But even the sister co-star
she
gets
does
mangled.
survive. But yeah, her face is.
The parents are killed, and the co-star is mangled.
I'm kind of wondering why they like brought her or why they didn't just kill her there, because you know how they, because like they bring her back later, right? Like
Yeah.
she's in the show when Jupe is, you know, giving his little demonstration, right?
Yeah.
And
Go,
and then she's gone.
Yeah. Well,
And so,
looking back on that whole scenario where he's doing the demonstration, apparently 6 months prior to that, he was the first one to have seen this object in the sky
Correct.
that came down and pretty much sucked up one of the horses, right?
Yeah.
And he
Barely
And he-
made a like a deal with it.
Well, I mean, I think it was like an unspoken thing, like where
right,
he
yes.
provides the horse, the thing comes down.
Yeah.
But I mean, since he's technically quote unquote feeding it or has a deal with it, he thinks that it trusts him,
Right.
which obviously was a mistake on his part. Because I don't know where the turn was at some point where the actual object in the sky comes down and pretty much kills the whole fucking
Yeah, they kill everybody at the show.
Yeah.
Everybody on the premises. Yeah, they're the one who's
and that's one thing I feel like it's like a big moment in the movie because we finally see the actual object killing people.
Right.
It sucks them up into its like whatever vortex it has into its mouth or whatever.
Pretty much just sort of crushes them.
Yeah, it just grinds them up, and I mean it's pretty graphic that it pretty much bleeds all the innards of everyone out into the fucking house.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if that's it taking a shit.
Or maybe marking its territory.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Maybe worse.
Because I know we talked about like, they mentioned in the movie that it's kind of like an animal.
Correct.
It's territorial.
Originally, they thought it was a ship, and then they
Yeah.
were like, "Well, what if it isn't?" And they made a comparison to the beginning of the movie with the monkey,
Yeah.
and then again with the ghost,
Yeah,
the white
they couldn't
horse
train him.
that they couldn't train it. So
Yeah.
they called back to it a couple of times, and what they believed it actually represented, which is a wild animal
Yeah.
from space.
Yeah. From space.
And Jupe, like, apparently that's what, you know, I kind of find that a little more interesting than the movie itself. I want to see when Jupe met it and like how it
the
was going
background,
over the
yeah.
months, like how he was feeding it and like trying to figure this shit out. That's what I want to know.
You know, there's a scene going on in the trailer whenever like OJ is staring off into like the
sky.
like the field, but like you see like those lights on and then they turn off.
Yep.
Like in the trailer, I was under the impression that was like a UFO kind of
Yeah.
thing, but that was actually
That was,
Jupe's,
Jupe's.
little stadium he has there,
Right.
And he was kind of practicing
Yep.
the whole speech that he was going to give initially whenever he was going to reveal the now I guess UAP, the
Right.
unidentified
I
aerial
love
phenomenon.
how they made that. They made the whole point to explain that shit.
He's practicing that, and that's when like we see it for the first time, and it's already
Correct.
been months since, and it just so happened to be around the exact same time that OJ's and Emerald's dad was killed
Right.
by objects falling from the sky.
Right. It's because, like, as you said, it doesn't eat inorganic matter. It spits it out. And their pops takes a fucking, like, nickel through the eyeball or something
Yeah.
and send it to him.
I don't know if like I don't think I'm clever enough to know what all the symbolism is in this film, as far as color is concerned, as far as like I guess the object. I mean, the object itself. Let's talk about the object, right?
All right.
It's an entity, right? It's an alien entity. It looks like a
Saucer.
like a flying saucer, but it can transform.
Right.
Which we learn towards the end of the film.
Unfolds.
It unfolds,
much.
turns into. They even call it an umbrella at some point.
Yeah.
It looks like it's shaped
Just
because
looks
there's
like some kind of demonic kite flying
yeah.
around. Yeah.
and I liked that.
Yeah, it was interesting.
I liked the way they initially like turned into almost like its final form,
Correct.
so to speak, because it seemed very Lovecraftian to me.
Yes,
right?
it was very just like cosmically horror kind of like, all right, we have no like possible reference for what this thing looks like or what it is.
Those are the quote unquote undescribable, unnameable kind of like objects, and it was cool to see that.
And it
in
totally
this film.
falls into that because good fucking luck
Because
describing it as anything other than like some kind of like flag with teeth.
Yeah, and like some kind of weird, almost like, what do you call like those like things that are on bikes at the very end.
Oh, the tassels.
Like it looks like tassels
Yeah.
that has almost characteristics of a raptor. Because it's like fucking keeps opening up
Right,
and
yeah,
shit
it
like that,
opens
you know?
up, and you're like,
And,
"Hey, it's the spitter from Jurassic Park." Yeah,
Yeah, and it has like some kind of like membrane that at its center, but like
Right.
it can expand.
which
to
is
this
also
massive object.
a
you know?
device because
Yeah.
whenever it like winks at you or whatever the fuck, like it sends out an EMP and
Yeah.
this shuts down all the electrical stuff.
And that's another thing about it. That
its
does that
vicinity.
mean like it's like some kind of? Usually, it's kind of. Is it like a supernatural thing, or is technically it wouldn't be supernatural, right? It's just like an entity from space.
Right, yeah, it's just something that's able to generate an electromagnetic pulse. So yeah. It could be like mechanical in nature. Obviously, it's.
But see
fucking
that's
alien.
the other thing is that
We don't
like
know.
you would think.
I wouldn't think a robot would need to eat people and squeeze out
That's
their
true.
juice to
Right.
survive, unless it's the Matrix or
Right.
whatever. But
Yeah, I don't know, man.
yeah, I mean, it seems like it's deliberately designed in a way to just leave you with a lot of questions, which is great because that just means it's not boring.
But again, that lends to the whole undescribable nature of the object because we don't really know what it is, where it came from. It's
At
like,
some point, I was joking it was like a giant cowboy hat with a butthole.
yeah, because that whole.
mouth.
You know, whenever like the hole is like its mouth basically, or it appears to be its mouth.
Right.
But whenever we see it up close, like from the bottom up, it doesn't look that big. But
No.
when you see it suck the people up, and you're looking from inside the actual
Yeah.
object, the people are fucking tiny as fuck.
Yeah,
So like
yeah.
that thing looks even bigger than initially think. You know.
Yeah.
So that's I don't know. Like, and they describe the length of this thing about 2 school buses long.
Yeah.
So I mean that's fairly. I don't know how big that really is. Like,
I actually was that the entire size of the saucer or the size
that's
of the
the-
hole?
see, I don't know that.
I
'cause
thought it was the
I
size of the.
I thought it was the size of the saucer itself.
Uh-huh.
But as far as like he just described it,
It's,
Jupe described it as just a saucer with a thing in the center and just a slightly different than a normal, I guess, UFO. You would think.
Bigger than a fucking house.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
It's easy enough to go with there.
But I mean, I did like the fact that this thing showed no sort of like emotion necessarily. It's just
Right,
there
yeah.
to kill.
There was no like
It's there to feed, kind of thing.
what's the
I mean,
fucking,
it killed children, it killed old
Yeah.
people, killed fucking everybody.
everything. Killed horses and
Yeah,
all the
there's everything.
I mean, there was a pig left, I think, at the end, actually.
I think that pig just got thrown off into within the spinning vortex that it creates and threw it onto the roof. You know.
All right, never mind. The pig got lucky.
Yeah.
I guess like I wanted to talk about my one sort of criticism about this movie, aside from that I mentioned about Keke Palmer, but like because it's a spoiler, I was gonna wait. And it's how they take out the alien. I kind of thought that was a little low key, like just again, like this sort of reminded me of Science because I was like, oh, they're allergic to water. Great, you know. It's the same thing here. Oh, it doesn't like tassels and ropes and stuff like flags or whatever.
But I mean, it was the actual pressure of the balloon itself that popped it inside,
something
right?
like that. Like it wasn't. It's unable to digest. It's unable to digest inorganic material.
Well, let me ask you a question though. What would that balloon be filled with?
Probably helium. 'Cause it's floating.
Maybe it's the helium, like in the pressure that kind of popped the fucker. Because I mean, we don't know the extent of its like I guess durability. You know,
Right.
like,
No,
we don't know how like fragile it really is. You know, we just know that it flies around, it eats things,
Yeah.
and it can kind of spit stuff out. But we don't know to the extent of.
Well, apparently pretty fucking fragile because the
Yeah.
goddamn thing popped like a jellyfish.
But I mean, that balloon was huge.
Yes, it was. It tried to eat that balloon. It couldn't. And like, I guess the pressure or it choked on it basically. And
Yeah,
if,
and it popped. It popped too. Exploded.
Yeah. If a jellyfish or a kite wraps around something and chokes on it, I assume, it's just going to.
Well, like maybe that's just like a way of saying that this entity, this being,
It's nothing
this,
that we expect.
Well, it's nothing that we expect. One, but it's also not it's not like
Right. Yeah. Unstoppable.
unstoppable.
That's what I was thinking. It was like a callback to
it,
Science because I was like, oh, this is some silly goof shit. Okay, maybe.
Yeah, because I mean, these things we are able to fight it off,
Yeah.
but we just got to figure out a way to kill it, and it's not going to take some massive
They-
gun or
no.
massive
Yeah.
nuclear bomb to destroy it
No,
because it's indestructible or something.
it's just gonna take some of those fucking whatever tassel arm guys shit.
The D,
Yeah.
from fucking it's always
Goddamn, fucking those things are so weird. Yep. What else? I mean, I thought the was it the filmmaker, the camera guy that they get to come out there was pretty funny.
Oh, he wanted that shot.
He wanted that shot, and I thought it was really funny because I knew how he was gonna go
Oh,
out.
yeah,
Like
he's
when
gonna
he
have
stood
to.
up, he's like, what did he say? You don't deserve the impossible shot, or the impossible shot's not good enough for you, or something like that.
But he's like, he basically said you don't deserve the impossible
Yeah,
shot.
and-
Basically, I think he was just saying that like he is undeserving of like kind of sacrificing yourself
Maybe.
for the impossible shot because he's a cinematographer, right?
Yeah.
He's obsessed with getting the shot.
Right.
So for him, well, because I mean, he looked like obsessed the minute he saw the thing was real.
Yep.
He was like determined to get the best, most impossible shot imaginable. At this point, he knew he was going to get taken out. Like, he kind
Yeah.
of knew it. But the unfortunate thing about all that is that they had the proof, they had everything ready to
And
go.
they fucked it up.
And instead of just getting what they got and fucking running, that thing came and destroyed everything. Destroyed his film, even the little area where they had all the stuff recorded
Yeah,
and
all that
saved. They
shit
got
got
that shit
wrecked.
thrown to shit. Why she had to end up resorting to just a little cranky flash camera?
Oh, because
yeah.
yeah. God, I saw that and I was like, oh, this is gonna be stupid. They're gonna get her with a fucking like panorama or some shit.
Yeah, it's a nice big Polaroid camera.
God damn it, that shit was. It's a cool picture, I
Yeah,
guess, in the end, and that's how it ends.
But I mean, what is the comment on that? Like, no matter what you do to try and like, I guess, because they mention the word spectacle a lot, and that people are like kind of obsessed with capturing. And that guy from TMZ shows up,
Yeah, fucking
and it
idiot.
like,
What happens when a electric vehicle go moving 60 miles an hour suddenly loses all of its power? That was so fucking stupid. Like
Funny,
that. Firstly, that won't happen.
That's funny, though.
But it was funny. Even when he's there, did you get the shot with his broken arms and legs and shit? And then Otis is just like, sorry, man, I'm out. He just fucking leaves him.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
Because he was fucked. Yeah, like
Well,
he was
'cause,
looking at the alien. He was
Like
staring
they
at
were
it.
obsessed with getting the shot.
Right.
That TMZ guy was willing to face his injury and impending death to get the shot, or to help someone else get the shot.
Right.
And then you had the cinematographer Antlers like sacrificing himself to get the shot.
Sacrificing himself and the shot. Because
the shot, yeah, 'cause
basically
they
it
got
just meant
fucked
that
up,
he didn't
yeah.
want to share it with anybody. He's like, this is my shot. You know, like that is.
Although I did enjoy his outfit. It was very light. I don't know what it was, but it seemed cool. But yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure there's more of an in-depth explanation for most people who are smarter than us,
Yeah.
who can give you. But I mean, these are just our thoughts. This is just kind of like questions we brought up while we were watching the film, and we wanted to wait to discuss them here on film with you guys, so you also can determine, or let us know. Like, we don't know what the fuck we're talking about half the time.
Yeah, maybe.
Let us know what the fuck's going on with this movie. I don't know. Do you have any more thoughts about this movie?
No. It's a really cool movie, and it's just like there are a lot of cinematic shots in this goddamn thing. The music's fun. The sound, it was scored.
A lot of westerny type of music.
Yeah, it's pretty amusing. Don't really have much else to say about it. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I don't really have much to say about it either. It was enjoyable.
Yeah.
I gave it a solid 8. Roland gave it 7.5. Go check out Nope. Like and subscribe again. Check out all our subscribe to check out all our other videos and stuff like that. Be sure to subscribe to our TikTok as well.
Sorry.
We got some fun stuff going on over there. Quick reviews. A lot of movies that we do see don't actually get the full video treatment like this, which probably doesn't look very good right now. I think it's blurry.
Damn it.
But anyways, they get short form videos on the phone, quick minute 10 long reviews of movies that I've probably seen. So hope you enjoy. We'll see you next time.
Yep.
Bye.
See ya.